Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout in your house, and I'm going to show you how you can do it in a small space with very little equipment. We're going to use a band or a tube. Today we're going to be rowing, so you can get that set up for what strength of band that you think you need for that. And beyond that, all we're going to need is a fit ball and maybe a playground ball or a pillow. So that is it. If you don't have a fit ball, you can use that playground ball or your pillow for both of those exercises that I'm going to show you. So all you need is a band really today. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move. So do 5 to 10 minutes of a warm up before you come in. We're going to go through and circuit through these, and then I want you to do them through 2 to 3 times total. You can always do them more. You can do them all at once, or you could do one in the morning, maybe one after lunch, one in the evening. You know, just kind of figure out what works for you and do it. The most important thing is that you keep moving and keep challenging your body. Okay, so we're going to start with a row today. So I've got my tubes in my door here, about chest height, and I want you to be in an athletic stance, not necessarily a full squat, but you know, your knees bent, your hips back just a little bit, and what that does is protects your back, engages your core, and gets your body ready to move. Okay, so we're going to start with our arms forward straight, pull straight back. We're going to do 10. You want to think about driving your elbows towards the back of the room, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, and notice that I'm going slowly both directions. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Pretend like you're squeezing a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Really work on those postural muscles. 8. I know I've done more than this. 9 and 10. Okay, good. Nice and slowly. We'll put that band down. And next we're going to do some side lunges. So last time we did some reverse lunges. I want to try some side lunges today. So we can start with some side stepping. If you want to, you can add a little weight to this. So you can put a weight in one hand. I'll show you with a dumbbell, but you can also use a little medicine ball. Not a lot of weight, just something to kind of reach with. But first, let's start with some side stepping. So you want to step out to the side and back. So if you are already aware of how to do side lunges, go ahead and start. But first, I want you to just try stepping out to the side. So notice, I'm keeping this leg straight, this leg is bending. Okay, now I'm going to go into my full range of motion. I'm going to reach down with that weight and come back. Now I'm going to switch hands. Now, when I go into my side lunge, just like any lunge or squat, I want my weight in my heel here. So I'm sitting back, I'm sitting my hips back. And when you add a weight, it's a little bit of an advanced move. If you don't want to add a weight, you can keep your chest up a little tall. You can do this at the kitchen sink, so you can really sit back. When I first start having people do side lunges in my gym, I usually start at my bar so that you can be nice and close to it, hold it, and it forces you to sit back. So you can use your kitchen sink with the same exact intention. And you don't have to go into this full range of motion. You can do it anywhere along this range of motion. Just think about this leg. You're squeezing your quads, you're squeezing your glutes. And this leg, it's going to give you a little bit of a stretch here. People notice that quite a bit when we do these. Let's do one more on each side. All right, good. So those are side lunges. Really sitting your hips back, squeezing those glutes, and using that upper extremity assistance if you need to. Okay, next we're going to lower down to the ground. Tubby came to say hello. This is Tubby Bear. Hi, Tubby. I'm going to go down to the ground now. You're going to be in the way. Okay, we're going to do mountain climbers. So we've got 2 kind of big ones back to back here. All right, come on. So mountain climbers, you start in a plank. So you're welcome to do these up on a little bit of an elevated surface, like your coffee table or a bench or even a sturdy kitchen chair that's preferably up against a wall. so that it won't slide away from you. But what you're going to do is go into a plank. So a nice flat back, elbows not locked out. So if you can see the difference here, my elbows are strong, but they're not turned out like that and locked out. So I want them strong. So this part of your elbows kind of turn towards each other. And your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. So straight plank. And what you're going to do is drive your knee towards your chest. Slowly. You're trying to maintain that flat back. 4. If you need to, you can rest after a few of them. 8, 9, 10, and 10. Good. Come down to your knees and come on up. Great, those are mountain climbers. So your goal is to keep your hips flat, nice straight line from your heels to your shoulders, head in line with the rest of your spine, and then just driving your knees towards your chest. If you don't have a very big range of motion with that, that's okay. It's something you're working towards. Okay, now we're going to do knee squeezes. So this is another hip stabilizer, working on your adductors. So these muscles on the insides of your thighs. I'm going to move this camera up just a little. This is just as important. We do a lot of kind of abducting, you know, with hip abduction, clamshells, fire hydrants, sidestepping, getting that inside of your thighs strong as well. Get those. We need balance in your pelvis and your hip muscles to create good, solid overall strength and to decrease pain. So I'm just squeezing it nice and slowly, keeping everything nice and tall, keeping my core engaged. So as you squeeze, remember you want to hold it slowly both directions. This is a great pelvic floor exercise as well. This is something you can do anywhere. If you don't have a ball like this, I forgot to mention, you can use a pillow, a folded up blanket. Really, even if you don't have anything, you know, you can use your hands, just squeeze against your hands. You don't have to have anything fancy for this one, but having something there does kind of help, you know, keep your knees spread apart just a little bit and give you something to focus on. I've even had people use a balloon for this. So anything that you've got lying around will work perfectly for that. Okay, now we're going to stand up and use, you don't have to sit on a fit ball, by the way. You can also do it sitting on the ground or on a chair. Anything works. But now I'm going to have you squeeze the fit ball. So again, if you don't have a fit ball, you can use a pillow. You can use that smaller ball we were just using. Now, we're going to do just a little bit of a tandem stance with this, if you can. If not, just stagger your feet a little bit. So when we squeeze this ball, you're engaging your chest and your arm muscles. You're squeezing. And then I also want you to think about moving your fingers around. So this is a good finger strengthener, kind of lubricant. Get those joints working in your hands. So think about squeezing for 2 to 3 seconds. You're going to feel that in your core, in your chest, in your arms. Again, if you don't have a fit ball, put a couple pillows together. You can use a smaller ball. Breathe. And then also remember, we're kind of moving your fingers around. So don't just squeeze with the palms of your hands, squeeze with your whole hand. Use all of those finger muscles. And again, here you can control how hard you're squeezing. So if you're squeezing and you're like, oh, this is so hard, don't squeeze so hard. You know, you can control this here. Keep your shoulders down, don't let them come up as you're squeezing, keep them down. One more. All right, good. That one is one that is can be surprisingly difficult. Okay, Now we're gonna do a little bit of an agility. So make sure all the stuff that we used is off the floor and out of the way. Okay, pretend, and maybe you have this, maybe you've got like tiles in your room that you're working out in, or you have a tile floor that you can use. That would work great for this. But all we're gonna do is a little bit of agility stepping. So I'm gonna have you pretend that there's like 2 boxes in front of you. So you can use tiles, right? So we're gonna go forward, forward, crossover, crossover, back, back. So we're gonna do that 5 times. Forward, forward, crossover, crossover, back. So if that's really challenging for you, do it slowly. Cross, cross, back. Forward, forward, cross. And if you're starting to get the hang of it, try to speed it up a little bit. So you can kind of decide which speed works best for you, and also try to do it up on your toes. So this is an agility, a little bit of weight shift. One more time here, and back. Now we're gonna step forward with the other foot. So if you just started with your right foot, now we're gonna do the left foot. So forward, forward, crossover with your left, crossover with your right, back. Forward, forward, cross, cross, back. Forward, forward, cross, cross, back. Whoops. Forward, forward, cross, cross, back. One more time. Forward, forward, cross, cross, back. Okay, so then the other thing you can do is challenge yourself. If you do have a tile floor, go forward. You know, maybe you step forward, you go forward, forward, cross, cross, and then forward to the next one. Forward, forward, cross, cross, and you can do that all the way across your room. And then on the way back, lead with your other foot. So it's a really good, just agility and good feet and muscle, feet and toes and lower leg strengthener, and good for your balance. So challenging, you know, the weight shifting and crossing over, all those things that we kind of have to do in our regular life that we need to do without falling. So go through these a couple more times, add a little cardio, really get your heart rate going and get a great workout. All right, keep moving everybody, thank you. And remember, you can always message me if you need any substitutions. All right, thank you everybody. Have a great day.